Hey, Roy here, Tapio Farms. We have not uploaded a video for quite some time here. Life has just been so busy, but it's no excuse. You need to make time for the things that are important. So I'm going to get back to making a video here. I'm going to show you what I harvested from my last flats. The reason I didn't the reason I didn't shoot a harvesting video this time was because you kind of got the gist on the first one. I might do it again, but I don't want to spend an hour shooting harvesting videos every time I want to harvest. So I'll show you what I've got here. I'll turn the camera around. So this is from the last harvest. I've had it in the fridge now for a couple days. We can identify what we've got based on what they look like. All right, so not super impressive when you look at it like this. This is about, let's see, how many trays is this? This is about 4 trays worth of stuff, and I've been eating this one. So this was completely packed tight with greens, and I've been eating that. Maybe I'll shoot a video where I show you what I make with these. I just made some scrambled eggs, threw these in the pan with some olive oil, cracked some eggs in there, waited until they heated up a little bit. Then I started mixing it around, making some nice scrambled eggs. Okay, so let's see. This is arugula. This is the arugula. It's been in there for a couple days. It looks pretty nice still. These are the ventilated containers that I've been reusing from the store. There's probably some cherry tomatoes in there. So the ventilated ones are going to dry out a lot faster. The ones that are sealed might develop mold a little bit faster. But generally, I think I'm going to go with the ones that are sealed because you just get this these nice crisp greens that just stay really nice. I'll open this up and show you. And just look at how beautiful that is. It just looks wonderful. It just takes. Toss it in your mouth. Quick little snack. Beautiful. Tastes good. Oh my gosh. Tastes really good. Compared to just crunching down a thing of broccoli or celery or something. I prefer microgreens. Easier to digest, easier to chew up, more nutrients. So yeah, we've got our arugula. You can see it's packed real tight there. We've got some long stems. Probably should have harvested this a day sooner. More arugula. This would be, I think, more arugula, actually. Yeah, we had 2 trays of arugula. Okay, no, some of this must be broccoli. So I'm not great at identifying. So what I just ate, this is actually broccoli. Yeah, so that's broccoli. You can see it's got bigger leaves than these. See? Real tiny leaves compared to these huge broccoli leaves. And you can tell by the taste. Yep, that's definitely arugula. Arugula tastes more garlicky, more spicy. Broccoli, microgreens literally taste like broccoli. That's probably arugula. And I think that might be also arugula. Let's taste it. Taste test is always the best way to tell. Yep, that's arugula. All right. So this is about 2 trays of arugula. Last time, I feel like I got more. Might be because I overwatered them in the initial phase for this second run. I know, did not bode well. So here's the radishes. So, as you can see, the radish seeds cause a huge problem because they mold. I'm going to take that shit out. And so, if you can get the radish seeds off of the leaves when you harvest, it's probably the best, but Yeah, it's just all throughout this. I don't necessarily want to eat this stuff. There's going to be mold all over the place. The greens themselves seem to be pretty resilient, but these seeds are causing a problem. So we're going to have to do some more seed removal for the next harvest. We're going to have to pick through these, in order to eat them, to make sure that we're not getting mold. Still tastes pretty good, though. All right. So I'll leave that there for now. I don't have a garbage bag in yet. We're going to go outside. I'm going to show you what I've been doing with the extra greens, because every time you harvest, there are all these little greens that you miss. You don't want to spend too much time. Wow, I mean, look at that. This is from our last harvest. Look at all these little plants that we missed, right? That's like another, that's like another box of greens right there. Look at here. We've got the arugula, I believe. So this would be our broccoli, I think. Yeah. These are the arugula. Look at all those greens that we totally missed that are growing. And then over here, I believe we have some more arugula. Look at that. Still so much. So, left them out here in the yard. What I did was I dug some divots, as you can see here, in the lawn. Some lines. Very easy. I took a tray and to space them out so that I can fit a lawnmower between them, like so. And then I just dug a line with a shovel, right, all the way down. And then once I had a good line with the shovel, I flipped the shovel over and then dug out a wedge. So I've got a little wedge dug out of the lawn, and then I put the plants in the wedge. So here's our peas that we saved. As you can see, they're doing great, still alive, still thriving. I'll have to put up some stakes or some fencing so that they can grow up the stakes. And then the radishes. So I took all of the extra radishes we had that survived the harvest and that I couldn't really get in a timely manner, and I just put them in the wedge. As you can see, they're doing fantastic. They are developing roots in there. And over here we have the rest of the radish. Look at that. They're really developing into some beautiful plants. And the cool part about these lines is that, as you can see, they're sort of sloping downhill there. So what I can do is I just take a water bucket or something, and I just slowly pour water into the top of the line, and the water just drains all the way down to the bottom and waters all of them. I don't have to worry about coverage. As well as the divot, the geometric design of the divot is going to collect water naturally. And so all of the water from up here is going to naturally sort of form into that divot. Okay, so these radishes are doing pretty good. They're going to grow up here. I can fit the lawnmower between the rows here and cut down the grass between so we can easily harvest. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. So the next step, we'll be getting this broccoli and arugula into the ground, and then seeing what else we have. I bought some seed packets. I'm going to try and grow some tomatoes, some onions, and cucumbers, stuff like that. So yeah, really exciting stuff. Can't wait to have some time so I can get out here and do that. But it's just been a while since I uploaded a video, so I wanted to show you what I'm doing, what my plan is. And that's the plan. For now, I'm gonna take all of the extra plants I have and throw them in the ground, so that the sun and the soil and the wind and the rain can do the majority of the work for me, instead of having to babysit them, in the house, regulating the humidity and the fan and all of that energy that I'm using in here. I can use to grow more microgreens and houseplants, and then the survivors I can throw out there. So I think what this has really taught me is that my harvesting is really inefficient, and I need to come up with a better way to harvest 99% of the vegetation, so that I can maximize my profits when I do end up selling this stuff, and I can decrease my waste. So I don't want to throw out plants that are going to be potentially viable. So yeah, that's my plan. 4 trays of microgreens. We're going to throw the stragglers out in the garden. We didn't get quite as much in boxes as I did last time. Not sure what happened. Probably overwatering. I crowded the seeds a little bit too much. I'm going to have to figure out something with the radishes. How do I get the seeds off of the leaves so that when we box them up, they're not molding in the box? Cool thing about the arugula and the broccoli is that they don't have that problem. The seeds are small, they fall off of the leaves by themselves, and it's just not an issue. I think probably during harvest, spending a little bit more time making sure that I'm getting all of the plants off of the tray, cut and into boxes, will help a lot. I'm extremely surprised that I missed so much, actually. When you're done harvesting, it seems like you've gotten the majority of it, but when I threw them out in the sun and the rain, you can see that there's like a half a tray of greens that are still viable. So we'll see what happens. I might I'll put a bunch into the ground. We're gonna get a lot of arugula, a lot of broccoli, probably to supplement the farmers market this year, and we'll try to fix up the harvesting, the amount that we're harvesting off of the tray. We will try to come up with some sort of scheme to get the seeds off of the radishes. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to cut them out of the microgreens quest. Might just cut them out of the quest line completely and use radishes for outside stuff, or if we're going to grow them to fruition. And then look for another variety of plant that has a smaller seed, like the broccoli, like the arugula, and then just start from that, because in these initial stages, I just did my second run of trays. I'm going to go on to my third very soon here. I just want to have as little complications as possible, and because it's already hard, right? Being able to spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day with these plants when I get home from work one time, so it's hard enough regulating their water, the humidity, all that stuff, making sure everything is fine. So in addition to trying to find another seed variety, if I can't figure out this seed problem pretty soon, I'm going to try to get up in the morning before I go to work and spend a little bit of time with the seeds, with the seedlings, making sure that their water is okay, making sure that everything is running properly, um, um, because I think that will cut down a lot of problems. Just adding one more, one more little session looking at the plants in the morning before I go to work. Then when I come home, I can check on them again, make sure everything's running fine, and it'll probably even out. It'll actually cut down the amount of time in the evening that I'll have to spend with them because I'll be checking on them multiple times. So, yeah, anyway, that is the plan, man. Hopefully this week I will be getting back at it full force. Life is getting busier. There's just always something going on. There's always people that you don't want to cut down your social life. You don't want to you want to have some sort of social life, is what I'm saying. And becoming a total recluse and building a business, min-maxing everything, sounds like a good idea at first, but when you are I mean, you're a human being, you need to go out and see people and talk to people and interact with people. And so you don't want to become a cave dwelling, you don't want to become a Morlock underground, a subterranean troglodyte, suffocating for human relationships. So that's important. I'm sort of trying to balance that and this little seedling of a business that I'm trying to start. So maybe I'll do a video talking about that. How do you balance, once I figure it out myself, how do you balance your social life with a business, So anyway, people are important. You don't want to stop seeing people, talking to people, doing stuff with people. But at the same time, you do need to make sure that you're moving forward in your quest line for your life, so that you can be a stand-up guy, so you can make things happen, so you can do things and provide. Anyway, man, I could just talk forever, but that's about it. Yeah, peace.